This Migrate7 walkthrough demo will show off the features in the UI for Migrate7, also show you some new features that allow you to export and inject easily between XP and Windows 7, and Office 2003 between Office 2007 and Office 2010. Migrate7 is designed to be easy to deploy and easy to use. The interface is very simple. All configurations are saved in files, so all you need to do is press the Extract button. Once the configuration is set up, Migrate7 can be completely automated from installation to migration using the command line options. The data store is where you choose to extract and store the user's personality. It's usually a folder on a server on your network, but it can be any folder or drive, including a USB hard drive or a flash drive. The Users to Extract window here displays the user profiles that exist on the machine where the Migrate7 client is invoked. So you have the option here of choosing different users, your administrator, a logged in user, what have you. On the Select for Extraction pane here, we have defaults here that you can set to extract for many applications. So by checking these boxes, you can specify specifically which files, templates, and settings to extract. So for the purposes of this demo, I will choose Word settings. And notice the Help Contents pane here if you're curious about what versions are supported. I'll also choose to extract through the Windows options this default picture background that I have here. And notice under Windows options you have a lot of control here to choose which type of content that you want extracted. Accessibility options, display, keyboard, mouse settings. This is where you want to bring your pointers over. System sounds, desktop shortcuts, Mac network drives, files from these folders, what have you. File rules and registry rules are ways that you can customize your extraction even further. Let's say you have a large amount of MP3 files on this computer. You'd simply type in a wildcard here, and this will include all of the MP3 files into your search. You can limit by date, by file size. You can also remap the destination. Let's say you have a folder with MP3s on your target machine. It will pull all of them from your computer here and then force them all into that destination folder on the other machine. Registry rules let you specify registry keys and values you want to preserve and transport. This allows administrators to extract personality info for proprietary and legacy applications that wouldn't necessarily be on the default list that you can choose through the UI. You can drag and drop this list here to basically create custom content if you so choose. So I have a specific user here, and I've selected Word settings and this picture background for extraction. So I will go ahead and extract. I'll now go into Word 2003 on the same machine just to show the custom settings that I've made in Word 2003 that will be merged over to 2010. For the purposes of the walkthrough, I've added a vertical ruler here, and I've also changed the units of measure to millimeters. Checking on the target machine, here's my default wallpaper. And if I go into Word 2010, you'll see that I have the ruler set here, but I do not have a vertical ruler, nor do I have the units of measure set to millimeters. So now that the extraction has been successfully completed, we'll bring up a very detailed log file. The log file here gives you lots of information about the extraction you just performed. You have information about the extracted and injected users, system information, elapsed time, specific configure information here, content items you might have selected for extraction. And then basic file summary, and then file details, including the full path for each file size and count. The level of information that you can include detail-wise can be found in Preferences in the Log File tab. If you want smaller log files, you can change it here. You can also specify a different log file location. Also in Preferences, there are specific extraction and injection policies you can choose to include or exclude, and also certain file replacement rules down here. You can also use digest authentication for HTTP requests. That's if you have an IIS-7 server. Or with HTTPS configuration, you can also choose to verify certificate authority. So coming over here now that the extraction is completed, we'll go ahead and launch Migrate7. This time I'm choosing to inject personality. There's my data store location. Here's the personality I just extracted, username, and the select for injection list here. So when I go ahead and inject, you'll see that it has injected the custom wallpaper from XP directly into Windows 7. Here's my injection log, which will tell me that it was injected properly. Launching Word 2010 now. You'll also see that it has properly injected the custom settings from Word 2003 directly into 2010. Millimeter units and a vertical ruler. A couple other things that I want to touch on, one of which is backup changes. For any personality you have previously extracted, you can do backups here incrementally or just once per the end of the day, however the administrator wishes to control it. And this will back up changes that have happened since the previous injection. You can also choose to restore certain files on that injection, just to make sure that those files themselves are restored properly into the target injection personality. You also have the ability, once you or the administrator or the user has created file and registry rules, you have the option here to save the rules to XML that you have created already, and then import them into a new location. Real-world example for these two things would be an administrator has file and registry rules for specific applications that are custom to his organization. Once he's created the file and registry rules for that application once, he can then go into the target machines and import the rules themselves into all of his configurations. That way the administrator does not have to retype them. And this is also something that can be automated with ease through the command line, so that there is not a lot of duplication of effort. So there in a nutshell are the features of Migrate7 walking through the UI.